Hi, it's me again with Corel DrawTips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this file, or close to this file. I changed up the hearts a little bit, but every individual piece is going to have to cut out separately. So these lines right here are going to cut twice, and it doesn't need to do that. You're going to waste a little time. So I came up with this last night, and then this morning I thought about something else, and I flipped it around. So I'm going to use Mr. Brewer's tag cut from Engraving Concepts, and I've got it shared on my page. It's a macro. And let's put this maybe more a little bit top. And I'm going to hold down the shift key. I'm going to double click the rectangle. That puts a rectangle around that item. Now I'm going to take that box and I'm going to round it off. I'm actually going to zoom in so I can see it better. And I'm going to round it off till I get to the exact circumference of that item. And you can see if I go too far, I'm there. Now, I've got my nudge distance set on 1 inch. I'm going to nudge that out of the way. Now I need to erase everything else on the page so tag cut will work. I don't need them anymore anyway. So we're going to select that item. We're going to go up to macros or scripts, open up tag cut, and I've shared this before. So we're going to make it just 10 by 3. And it made, so this morning or last night, well, this morning I did 23 by 8 for this man that wants to put them on there. Now here's where this helps. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. It should have moved 1 inch. Yeah. Control D and make a duplicate. But I need to flip this one over so these two items meet, and you see that meets up. Now we're going to select this one and Control D, move it over, and flip it so those two meet. I'm just mirroring it. So then what we're going to do, we're going to take and cut these lines away. So when we fill them up, there'll be one solid item. So I just need to cut these 3 lines. And Mike, if you're watching this, I changed your heart up. Of course, you're already cutting it out, so you were aware of that. I made it easier to cut. Now I'm going to set my nudge distance on 5 inches because I want these out of the way. So I'm going to fill that in, nudge it, fill that in and nudge it, nudge it, nudge it, nudge it, nudge it, and nudge it. And I really think I might not need that one. So now let's grab these and move them out of the way. Let's left click, right click, and let's nudge them back. Yes, this is what I wanted. So we have a lot less lines now. And then after we're through, we're going to go through there and clean all this up. But because I must have missed a heart. So let's do 1 inch. That's what's so cool about the Smart Fill tool. And I can left click, right click. Now, because of tag cut is locked, I can't really, it's all one group. I can grab this right here and control, I need to make my nudge factor 4 inches. Control D and move it over. Now I could keep going if I would have made it bigger, but for the video, that's good enough. And then I'm going to take and cut these lines away. Even though tag cuts is going to cut them pretty fast, I'm pretty impressed that it will cut a lot faster. Because tag cuts, now let's go to object and break, group it, ungroup it. Tag cut cuts it in lines, every individual line, and it'll cut right through there. So it's not having to cut the line twice. And if you see, if we move this one away, well, let's move this one. This is just one line. It's just one line, so it's only going to cut it one time. Now by flipping that, I think I saved a little time. And just for the people's information, this was 2 hearts and I made it 1 heart. So it'll just be 1 continuous loop. It'll start right there and cut and come right back, making the laser a little bit faster. So Corel file share page on Facebook to get tag cuts. I didn't think it would work with this, but it helped tremendously. And then all you have to do to finish it is just set your nudge distance. After you've got those other 2, set your nudge distance on 2 inches. And I've kind of messed up because I ungrouped everything. But then you just nudge them down and you'll have that same effect. And you probably don't have to cut the lines between there because it's going to cut anyway. But on some of the newer, faster machines, especially if you're cutting this out of something thick, it actually, if it has a place to jump, it'll actually jump faster with the servos or the motors that they use instead of going like at 10 speed. And then when it gets to that stopping point, it'll keep going and keep going. So you could leave that line there. But if you're trying to save time, I think that would be the ultimate time. I hope that wasn't too confusing, and thank you for watching.